I hit restart. Hey, welcome back to Matter of Fact. Thursday night football. Sean Payton going back to his old team where, he got that glory, what earned him that, $90 million contract or whatever. So,
Yeah.
yeah. How do you feel about this one? Depleted
So
all around, but injury wise, but
yeah, I mean, like, based on the storyline, like, without getting into too many details, like, it's interesting. It's gonna be a interesting game. You got like you said, the Sean Payton coming back home to New Orleans storyline. Also, you got two rookie quarterbacks starting tonight, so that's gonna be fun. And you already kind of alluded to that. We got a bunch of guys out, so we'll get into that. But yeah, for the most part, I think it's just gonna be a low scoring defensive Thursday night football game.
yeah, it's definitely looking like one of those. No Pat Sertan, no Chris Olave though. I think I just saw Rashid Shaheed is out. Um,
Yeah, I mean, he's out for the season. He's out for the whole
he's
season.
done. What happened to him?
Done. He meniscus tear. He had a
Man,
tear
that's
in his
tough.
meniscus.
Knee injury. That's
I know
tough.
he was. It's bad, bad all around.
So,
But
what's your take on this game? For me, I think we got to remember that Sean Payton worked with Dennis Allen, so he knows that Dennis Allen defense well enough. He knows the players over there. The personnel is damn near the same because they've been kind of in purgatory for so long that I think for a road matchup, I think Denver pulls this one out. I think last week's spot against the Chargers, which is why that was like one of my picks, one of my three picks, was Harbaugh coming off the bye, better quarterback. Overall, I think he's a better coach. But yeah, I think the Broncos pull this one out.
yeah, you think the Broncos pull this out? I
Yeah,
mean, I
what
can
you
see this
thinking?
going. I could see this going in any which way. Like, obviously, that's what the spreads also is kind of saying. But they're only being a three. Oh, well, actually, I guess they're not saying that. They're saying this would be a 6 point. This is like a 3 point swing or whatever. But I don't know. I think that New Orleans is going to have like an interesting football game because we don't, like you said, that Sean Payton has the game plan or like knows these players. I don't think he knows any of these players. I barely know these players. Like, you know what I mean? Rashid Shaheed, I don't even know if that was his guy, but think about it.
I'm talking defensively. I'm talking defensively, like Demario
Oh,
Davis,
okay,
Marshawn
okay,
Lattimore, like those guys,
okay,
mainly on
okay.
defense because
Like the
Dennis
like the
Allen's
cats
a
he
defensive
drafted.
coach.
You
Yeah,
talking about the
yeah,
cat
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
okay, all
Because
right, yeah.
they're an older roster, bro.
Well, yeah. But today it's going to be a little bit of a movement. With Bud Means, who's going to be playing at wide receiver.
Wait, wait,
Cedric
wait,
Wilson,
wait. By the way, I think whatever spread you just saw is wrong because I'm seeing that the Broncos are -3.
they're -3, -2.5 right here.
Oh,
These are just the
okay.
best odds. Those are the
Okay.
best odds.
I
So
was I
it's
was
just
reading
showing
that shit
you.
wrong.
Yeah, it's just showing you the best odds for whatever book you fuck with. You know what I mean? So like, see, Bet MGM got it at -3, but FanDuel got it at -2.5.
That's clutch.
So yeah, so it just kind of helps you figure out what book you want to use to get the best odds for whatever you need or whatever you want. But yeah, back into the matchup. Basically, I could see, you know, depending on, I know that they're depleted, but the fact that they're going to have the home crowd behind them, I could see New Orleans making this a tough game for Sean Payton. I know he has you know, the homecoming story and all of that, and I think that Denver's going to get up for him. But they do have injuries also on their side with Pat Sertan being inactive tonight, so it's going to be tough sledding. And with Spencer Rattler, he is a rookie quarterback, and we like that he's playing well. But also, it's a backup quarterback and backup wide receiver starting tonight. And usually, those guys got a little bit of chemistry, a la Cooper Rush, Noah Brown. But yeah. So, how you feel?
I just think that the Saints have more impactful injuries. Obviously, Pat Sertan, arguably best corner in the league.
I think
but
he is the
what?
best.
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
But
So,
when you tell me, for one, I say this damn near every week. I think Taysom Hill is an X factor for this offense, especially with a rookie quarterback, and then you have your number one option out, and then you have your deep threat, who it feels like every week he's catching like a 60, 50-yard bomb, and then he had the kick return touchdown last week. So you're missing a lot of explosiveness. They're going to stack the box on Alvin Kamara, try to make sure he doesn't, get outside on the flats or, does his thing in the backfield, because he's definitely going to be a major security blanket for Spencer Rattler. So, I mean, I think it's going to be pretty easy to clue in on him. Alvin Kamara, obviously, Sean Payton's very familiar with him and his game. So I just think this is a good spot for Denver to bounce back. I didn't think they really had a chance to beat the Chargers coming off that bye with the streak that they were on. But yeah, I'm taking the healthier team, the better coach, and just Sean Payton has more chemistry with Bo Nix than their OC. What their OC? What's his name again?
Clint Kubiak.
Kubiak does with Spencer Rattler, given that this is going to be his second full start. So
Right.
now, in terms of the over-under, the fundamentals tell you under, but I wouldn't be surprised if this sneaky went over. Kind of similar to the Chargers Broncos game last week, where it was around 35.5. At half, it was looking kind of decent, 20-0, and they kind of just snuck over there. I wouldn't be surprised. But in terms of that Saints locker room, do you think they're upset with Sean Payton at all? Because, like, if you really think about the timeline of everything, right? He kind of was like, man, we are in cap hell. I'm going to go do some TV. And he's one of those coaches, kind of like Bill Belichick, kind of like Pete Carroll, who they always want to coach. Like they're not trying to retire anytime soon. I think Sean Payton always wanted to coach, but he didn't want to switch off from the Saints and go to a new team and hit the market immediately. I think he wanted to see the market settle and kind of let things blow over. And then he jumps in. They have to trade a pick for him, so they got a pick back for him. And then he gets a huge payday and gets to pick his quarterback. And it's like, all right, here's Dennis Allen. Here you go. Like, how do you feel the Saints locker room feel about Sean Payton?
I don't think they have any ill will. I mean, I'm sure they want to win tonight. Yeah, I'm sure they want to win tonight. But I mean, again, it's
you don't think they feel abandoned a little bit though? Like,
nah. I mean, maybe I haven't heard anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Again, like I just think it's like, all right, we're playing Sean Payton or whatever. He's coming back home. You know what I'm saying? But we got to take like this is. It's not like this is a fresh wound. Like Buddy been gone. You know what I mean? This is his second year with Denver, right?
Yeah, but it was only like a 1 year. It was only a 1 year layoff.
Right, but it's like he was out of football or whatever, and then he got hired. So he's been gone from their team, their organization, and Dennis Allen's been the coach for almost like 3 years. I think they just kind of like, I mean, this is our guy. We got, you know what I'm saying? Like, we going, like, if anything, I think they're rallying behind Dennis Allen and like, yo, all right, we got you, coach. Like, we're gonna make sure
we
get
the last time they played was in 2020. So this is his first time back, and the Saints are home. So I think, yeah, I agree with that. I think they're gonna rally behind Dennis Allen, like, hey man,
like, we got you, bro.
We're good with
you.
It's
not. I don't think it's like damn. I wish we had Sean Payton. Like, respectfully, I feel like the reason he quit was because they were ass. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't even feel abandoned. I'd be like,
but they weren't ass. They were in that purgatory mode where they
but he thought that they were ass. You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees is gone.
I don't think he thought they were ass. I think he was kind of like, I don't see the future doesn't look very bright anytime soon because we're too good to get a good pick, and we're too bad to be real contenders. So let me go somewhere else.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't, you know what I'm saying? You know me, I'm an X's and O's more of a person. I don't really feed into those type of narratives unless I like heard the quote, but like I haven't heard anything. I haven't seen anything, but I just think like, cool. This is homecoming for him. He did win a Super Bowl for him, so they're going to show you love and appreciation for that, for eternity. But outside of that, it's like, all right, bro, like we got the crowd behind us. Let's get rocking. Let's hold. Like I think they care more about Spencer Rattler for real, honestly. Like I think like even though like they just lost Rashid Shaheed and Chris Olave is out, I think like the average fan is like, yo, all right, let's see what this motherfucker has again. Like let's just see what he got again, you know?
Yeah. Overall, this feels like a typical. We've been getting some decent Thursday night football games, but this one could easily be a snooze fest. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if we saw some pretty surprising things because the Saints are going to have to mix it up with all the injuries on offense. Really wish they had Taysom Hill for this one, but hey, yeah, I'm leaning Broncos, and then I don't even know about that over under. Not really sure. Now,
I mean,
you got any play? You like any player props here?
So we got I got a few actually that are really really I really do care about. Hold on, let me find this really quick. Is he inactive? Is he on IR?
Taysom? I don't think he's on IR, but it's his ribs. Like he's
okay because he's not on here. But I guess
it's saying he's doubtful.
Oh, okay.
I thought I saw he was out, like officially.
Well, he's probably out if he's been out. But yeah, I do got some props. I do have some props for this game for sure. Let me see if I can get to the props. Where we at? Betting pros. Let's go to the props. All right, the prop I like, one of the best is for. I know he sucks as a football player, but Javonte Williams to get over 2.5 receptions. I believe that he has covered this. Let me see if I can find it. Let me see. Hold on 1 second.
He does get a lot of targets. He just doesn't always get them.
He don't do anything with him. Yeah, he just catches the ball, but you would be surprised like how much he catches the ball.
I mean, I have Javonte in both my leagues. I feel like I get Javonte every year. This might be my last year though. I don't like relying.
See, I had to drop him. All right, look. So he's gotten this. He got 4. He got 5 right here. Got 4 right here. Jets game. I mean, the Jets game. Yeah, he got 2, but then he got 5 and he got 3. So I mean, this is the play for me that I'm taking. I took this. I also took his under rushing yards. I want to say when I took the under though, I got it at 48.5. Let me see. Yeah, I got it at under 48.5. It got bet all the way down to 44.5 rushing yards. But I mean, it still looks good though. Even at 44.5, it still looks good. Like, come on, he's not having a 77-yard game, and he's not having a 61-yard game. Like, I just don't believe that he's that good of a running back to get to 44 rushing yards today. Another one that I really like also is Bo Nix to go over 189 passing yards. Let me see if I can pull that one up for y'all though. Let me see about that.
Oh, your boy Bo Nix, man. Feels like you got a love-hate relationship with him, though.
Well, here's the thing. I don't hate any player. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's called matter of fact, because I just be trying to go off of what is true, like what I see in front of my face. You know what I mean? Like I don't have no hate towards any player or nothing like that, or like any team for that matter.
But you think you do think he's trash though.
Yeah. I mean, I think the books think he's trash too, because why is it only at 189 yards? It got bet up though. It did get bet up to 194.5. However, they're like, yo, Buddy's not even throwing for 200 yards in the NFL. Like you know what I'm saying? And I got more respect for him.
That's not the game plan though. It's for them to air it out.
Right. You know what I mean? And that can also, if you feel as if the game plan isn't for them to air it out, you can also think about possibly an under, because the game plan isn't going to be for the Saints to air it out either. You know what I mean? So there's going to be 2 run.
I could see the books. You ever bet a prop and the books are like right on the money and you
Mm-hmm.
miss it by a point or two, I could see that with this over under in terms of passing yards. I kind of like go to his rushing. What is that? 27 and a half. He's sneaky athletic. You know the demographic they like to use that for. He's sneaky athletic. So I
But he
wouldn't be
will
surprised.
run.
Yeah, he will, and he's pretty effective at it.
You
So
know,
I would
he's
prefer that. I feel like he could get that in like one or two plays, and I could stop stressing. That passing yards, you're probably going to come down to the final quarter to get that. But I do
right.
like the Javante receptions though for sure. Besides
Yeah.
that, I don't.
If you want to get a little funny with it, again, this is nothing too crazy. You could bet on some of these rookie wide receivers that are going to be playing in the football game. Let me see. How do I get back to the analyzer? Let
Yeah,
me
that's
see.
a good idea because it should be pretty undervalued because we haven't seen them be a major part of this offense. So they can't put it too
Yeah.
high, but somebody's got to get the ball.
Let's see. Like, okay, so Troy Franklin, your boy Troy Franklin, I remember him from the draft. And also Bo Nix's boy, Troy Franklin. His over is at
Out to
what's his
Oregon.
yards? I think I want to say his over is at like 20 something, 21. Let me see. Is it right here? Oh, it's at 20. It got bet up to 24 and a half. But I mean, he had 21 yards last game, I want to say, or 20 yard reception last game.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I
he
had his first
possibly could be
touchdown
getting some
last week.
looks. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's the under is hitting this one 4 or 5 times, but he's playing more. Like he wasn't really playing. And it looks like he's gonna get more of a snap share. So, he could probably so he hit for 31. You can still get to this joint right here. Another player that's going to be playing is Mason Tipton. He's going to be one of the outside wide receivers for the Saints this week, due to the fact that Chris Olave is gone and Rashid Shaheed. And then another player, the one I was talking about earlier, is Bub Means. He did score a touchdown last week, and he had 8 targets. He had 8 targets. His over is for 3.5 receptions, and also he will be starting in replace for Rashid Shaheed. So that you can consider him in your lineups. And then with Taysom Hill being out, you can look for maybe like a 2.5 reception game over prop for Jawan
Jawan
Johnson.
Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Jawan Johnson should have a major game. So that's another good one. I just saw Cedric Wilson at less than 20 yards. What do
Mhm.
you think about him? Veteran
Um,
veteran receiver.
yeah, see, and that's the thing. If as long as they get a target, you know what I mean, or it's like as long as they're a part of like the three wide receiver sets, there's a good chance that they could possibly, get 20 yards. I'm not saying that all of these guys are going to go over. I don't know who's going to go over, but I believe that Bub Means possibly has like the best chance of going over his prop. And then after that, I would put Michael Tipton second to go over his, and then third would be Cedric Wilson for me personally. And then if I were doing like a receptions prop, or if you wanted to include him, I would probably put him third after the wide receivers, or maybe actually no, I would probably put him second. I'd probably put Bub Means first, and then I would put Jawan Johnson
What about
second.
what about Alvin Kamara?
Alvin, see all of his props are inflated because he's the star of the
Yeah,
show.
yeah,
He's the
yeah.
star of the show.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
It's
Like
not. It's not great. It's not great value.
yeah. So I mean, if for fun and for star power, if you want to bet Alvin Kamara, I'll let you do your thing. But for some sneaky little looks, these would be the trends that I would consider for tonight's game.
And to reiterate your point, though, he has this run with the second stringers. So not only
Right.
that, and you don't have Patrick Surtain, he's going to spread that ball out. I think it's going to be a game where there's going to be like 5 or so decent performances kind of spread around. No one's really going to like wow you with like a 100-yard game or anything like that. It's going to be
Right.
kind of pitter pattered around. So yeah, I like a lot of those Saints props. It's just good value for players that Vegas doesn't have a lot of information on, and the defensive coordinator doesn't have as much tape and not really sure what they're going to do with Spencer Rattler and them boys. This is his second start, so.
And another sense with them being rookie quarterbacks and this also being Spencer Rattler's second start, another play that I did do was both players to have an interception. I did run that one. Just a little, just being a little creative to see. But I mean, I just, you know what I mean? Like you said, I don't love or hate Bo Nix. You know what I mean? He just is what he is. And I think he capable of throwing an interception tonight. And just due to the fact that Spencer Rattler is also a rookie quarterback, I think that if they get some pressure in his face, he can, or if they end up playing behind, they're down maybe like a score or two, I think that he could end up forcing some throws and he can get a pick also.
A good and this is good for the Saints in general and for that interception play is Spencer Rattler. What I like about him is he does look pretty calm and composed in the pocket, pretty fearless. He's playing with house money because at this point, Saints fans, they were already kind of pissed about Derek Carr coming into the season. He showed them a little something those first two games, and he came back down to earth. Pretty typical Derek Carr roller coaster. So he's playing with house money. He might as well go out there and really try to rally the troops and earn this locker room and
right. I mean, the fan base wants him to succeed. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm telling, and I hope now maybe you might kind of be behind what I was kind of trying to allude to earlier when I was saying like I believe that they made that other Jake Henner. I believe they made him the backup quarterback so that they didn't have to deal with this earlier. But because Derek Carr ended up getting injured, and the reason for Spencer Rattler for us to take a look at him is because of the injury to Derek Carr. I think this was like the perfect situation for them to insert Spencer Rattler in there, win, lose, or draw. You know what I mean?
I think it's a combination of that and a combination of let's just get him prepped for this next week and have a full start instead of throwing him out there. We'll give the other guy a little bit of run. And then we'll get him nice and suited up for this next game. So I think that's a part of it too, knowing that they had a big division game coming up with the Bucs, which they look like they could have possibly won until that fourth quarter where they just put up a 20 burger on them at the end. So, yeah, I mean, this game, like I said, it could be a snooze fest, but I wouldn't be surprised if some funny shit happens, some Thursday night, antics. So, we'll see. But it's football. It's Thursday. I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be seated. So,
for sure. All right. I guess we're good.
Yep. So we'll wrap this up. Next, we got like, love, lock for y'all. 3 favorite picks. I'm went 2-1 again. 2 weeks in a row, my London picks. No more London picks. And, you'll find that out here shortly. So, matter of fact, like and subscribe. Shout out to Sean Payton. Power moves. He's moving like I would if I had his cachet. So, shout out to him.
All right, like and subscribe.